Here it is, Tim Enriquez announcing the Logs versus the famous Titties. The Logs, a solid run team, but unable to really get a whole bunch going. There's not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but they're in trouble. They certainly need to win the next two, and they've got an awfully tough task ahead of themselves going up against the number one team in the league, John's famous Titties. And there's good old Kelly Kapowski in the back. Big, long wrestling match there. She finally emerges. I had dreams of those, those videos of the women wrestling dudes and then ultimately face-sitting them. Good start, fires it deep, and there's a pick. Look at Sanders. Run, Sanders. Get up to the top. Keep on going. Go, go, go to the 12. Nice. So John's number one in the power rankings. I'm number two. John's got definitely a bit of an advantage on the point differential. So let's see what happens here. But it fires to Bronski, one of the slowest people of all time, but he scores. Bronski, what a great start. Gino Bronski. And I think the Logs are a decent matchup. Obviously, the Titties are going to be favored, especially when you factor in they can throw in their subs. But the Logs, a heavy rush team, and the Titties not quite as good at stopping the run. Plus, that just eats up a lot of clock, so that tends to give their really high-powered offense just less time to be on the field. So, obviously, I'd love a loss here, but I'm also hoping that the game is at least close. So, let's see what happens. 7-0, good start, but this is a long game and a very good team. And they've got Kate Upton streaking down the field, and she jumps. I see some jugs jumping up and down, bouncing up and down. Oh, and she's fast enough to just get through that. Look at that. Look at that strike. The super speedy tight end. So got to give John major props for discovering the power of the tight end in this play as he just streaks, or she in this case streaks down the field, very often uncovered and getting open, almost like another Red Gun Z play, and firing through, RNS Z slot. This is the Red Gun Z that we're talking about. All right, so here comes Samuel. They've got a good returner. He hits the side just a little early, but picks up decent yardage. And they're going pass. Oh, and Tim's just sits there, I guess mesmerized by Fabio's long hair and bouncing pecs, and unable to kind of get anything going. Okay, there's a pitch. Oh, the Bronski. Now, Bronski was the hero. God, Bronski has picked up, obviously, he's in better condition than the first time I announced this game. But, he's scored, so I don't want to give him too hard a time, but it's a little rough when he's one of your featured players on a heavy rush team, and he's not a very speedy dude. So, 4th down and 10. That's not what you're looking for. And they're going to be forced to punt. They do get it off. And Kapowski in the end zone, unable to show her moves. Man, did you see how she just faked that one guy out? That was impressive. All right, maybe looking for Upton again to streak down the field. Got a very slow defender on him. Confusion there at the bottom of her feet. Just able to knock it down. A little bit of pressure. Oh, and knocked away. Good. D-line man slaps that puppy down. 3rd and 10. And wisely dumps it to Upton, who's obviously fast. Let's see what she can do. Gets a nice dive. Gets a hurl. She's probably going to score now. Look at that move. Wow. Used her blocker, hurled somebody, made somebody else invisible, and that's 2 amazing catch and runs from Kate Upton. A little bit of pressure, but not enough to deflect it, and then it'll doink in. So the Titties rolling on all cylinders despite their very first, an interception, but after that, they've come back with a vengeance. Samuel can't get out to the 20. Can't even get out to the 15. Man in motion. Okay, they're going to pitch it down. He's going to drag him for a couple, but could not hurl the person. Did at least pick up 3. Pretty good run plays here. All can work, except for the Bronski play. Samuel play, only doesn't really get anything. Usually, though, that'll be a little more successful. Let's see if they try it again. They do, and it is a little more successful this time. Yep, and he races past the first down, keeps those chains moving. More importantly, keeps the ball out of the Titties' hands. We got motion. They're going to feed him. Draws in one guy, but it's a nice move by the linebacker to really hold him for almost no gain. Everybody's wide. QB's going to take it, but Timms is looking awfully slow. I don't know if that's the sub or not. Called play, obviously, but he was looking like he was going to get destroyed there. A little bit of a waggle. There's guys all over the place, and Kim Kardashian comes up and places her giant buttocks on his face, and I think there was some farting happening there. Does get the ball off. This matchup's not quite going as I had hoped. Here comes Kapowski. She gets around everybody. This spells big trouble. Look at her making these unusual moves, which are highly effective. Oh, she is dragged down at the 5. Oh, and then an injury. That creates a slightly interesting story. Kelly Kapowski goes down, one of my faves, and Jessica Rabbit. She's a running back and a returner. Here comes Anderson. I don't think, despite Anderson being awesome, I don't think Anderson's going to have any stats. So that'll change the complexion just a little bit. Everybody's covered. Oh, should have been picked to the Rabbit. Maybe this will be a run play to the Rabbit here. It is. Well, the Rabbit's not horrible. That's Alyssa Milano, my bad. Maybe now it's going to the Rabbit. Nope, they're going to dump it off. Got a lot of choices. Oh, and can't make the completion. That was painful. And definitely looks like they've slowed up a little bit. Going to be content to go for a field goal. Knock it in. Here comes Samuel. He gets a block, but it's too late. Everybody's around him. And these pass plays are not great, so they want to stick with their run plays. Of course, it doesn't do any good when you get called. I guess they got 2 okay pass plays. All right. Look at the speeds. Oh, man, the speed of that. Oh, man, he was so close to breaking it. John, everybody knows now by now his cornerbacks are unbelievably fast, but he didn't pay his safeties at all. Gotta fire it, buddy. Get the block. There's Bronski again. Bronski's pretty much been gaining most of their offensive yards. Here comes motion. He's got a little more room to work. This could work a little bit better, especially when that guy throws a huge block. Big pickup there. Starting to get a little momentum, Oh, he's going to pitch. It's called. Almost gets back to the line of scrimmage. 4 wide again. We're going to see Timms. We are. God, what is up with Timms in the frickin'... That can't be the starter. I mean, he's just so slow. And he fires it to McCarter. And not another amazing speed. And he's going to be forced to punt. Attempting to go for it there. Deep in the end zone. But yeah, that Anderson was no Kapowski. Somebody's coming through. Oh, and a nice dive. Perfectly timed dive. Jess Brown lines up Dolly Parton, takes out her knees. They're still passing. Oh, and they fire it. Oh, but the pressure could not get it to Jenkinson's girlfriend, Wilansky. She was thinking lovingly of the last text he sent her. Something about a very sweet muff. Oh, and Jeff Brown once again dives in. This time it's better time. No, and still she had made her curl. Missed timing on that. And a rare 3 and out for the Titties. Giving the Logs a chance. God, that one guy came flying through. Lucky that second blocker was there. Here comes Samuel. Samuel we know is fast. Look at the move there. Oh, for a second. Looks just glorious. All right, pitch it down to Samuel. Let's go. There it is. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, but he's hurling people left and right. There you go, Samuel. Okay, same play. Let's go. Just keep feeding those plays again. Not this guy. I mean, despite being my namesake, this guy blows. Does he not know I ran a 4.59? Let's fucking go, buddy. All right, here we go. Get out of there. Oh, blocker, you got to read your assignment. But, man, I got to give John credit. Those DBs are just shutting down all these run plays. Going for the waggle. They pick up one guy. He's got one chance, and it's a complete. They sneak it into McGee. What are they going to do? They call the play here. Feed it to Samuel. Probably not going to be successful, but if he's lucky, he can get a good block and then cut down and then punch it in. Perfectly executed. There you go, Jeremy Samuel. There's your hero. Bronski's been performing well, but Samuel, give that dude the ball every goddamn time. Some pressure, but not enough. 14-7 at half. And without Kelly Kapowski back there, the chance of Anderson breaking a big one is noticeably less. She's not horrible, though. Okay. Did hold on to the ball as a sub. That's always your number one job. Okay, they still could score. A little bit of pressure to Hasselhoff deep, and that's going to do it for the half. All right, so the Logs, certainly against an overpowering team, holding up. That injury definitely hurting the Titties. They are in that second position, so certainly a disadvantage there. Let's see what happens. And they're kicking off. See what Samuel can do. He's got to hold on to the ball. He's got to stay injury-free. There you go. Break to the inside. Now to the outside. Now to the outside. Big return. 45. They're going to feed him again. No rest for Samuel. Yeah, they are going to rest him. Let Timms do a little something. He's not going to get much, but he does at least pick up positive yards. Now here comes Bronski. Let's see what angle he decides to take. Gets around the outside. Oh, look, actually makes a nice move. The guy's not speedy, but I appreciate his effort and his line he's taken there. Okay, giving it to Samuel. Doesn't have a lot of space to work, but still makes the most of it. Look at that. Big first down at the 25. Very productive first minute of the third quarter. This is rough. Maybe you get the ball. Holy shit. Did you see the speed of Selma Hayek? One of the hottest women of all time. And she just came flying in. That was super impressive. She's obviously feeling excellent. Oh, and then coughs up. Poor Jeremy Samuel. Been such a hero. Jennifer Lopez recovers the ball. Clutching it to her rock-hard abs. Dolly bowls over somebody, but then turns it right back over again. One of her tits had flapped in her face right when she threw. She lost sight of the man. And they're not afraid. They're giving it right back to Samuel. But damn, that DB is just a fucking beast. So I believe that's Selma Hayek there. A lot of pressure. Got to throw it off. Get a jump. They do get a jump. Tom McCarter, not super speedy there either, but he caught the ball. And all of a sudden, they're back to their word like they never fumbled. This was the play that caused it. This time, the guy gets the block, and he drags him in. That was fun. Ties him up at the 1, is stronger, and backward sled drags the bastard into the end zone to actually take the lead over the Titties. Pretty big kick. Lots of people there, but they sneak it through. A little too early to be thinking about final scores with these teams, but hey, 4 points in the third quarter. They'll certainly have taken this deal if someone had offered it to them. Oh, and then a dive down. That hurts, that no returner. Got some pressure. Parton decides to take it. She's awfully fast. Oh, and they can't drag her down. Look at her streak down. She's not going to score, but big play. Says, I'm going to take this damn. Feeling bad about the tit interception. Decided just to take it herself. Somebody's in her face. Hasselhoff cannot jump. He had one too many beers last night. Can't get his feet off the sand. That's painful. What are we going to do? Run right into the person. Oh, caught. Well, Kate Upton, you got to expect her to make a couple plays in coverage there. Nice catch by Upton, and they're marching right back down the field, unused to being behind, except when they're getting it. And can anybody make a stop? They do, barely. Second down. A lot of options here. Probably going to see a run play. Rabbit or Milano. No, they decide to pass. Good call because they've got somebody right in the middle. Unless partner just wants to take it herself. Man, it's tough to cover that when you got so many choices. Great tight end up the middle. Great pair of titties running on the outside. And they reclaim the lead. It was a short-lived glory for the Logs. And they doink it in. Up by 3. Medium kick to Samuel. You can see those super fast DBs come racing down the field. But he does cut right through them. Hurls a man, but then gets chopped down from behind. Looked like maybe he was going to break it for some big yards. Here comes Samuel again. Can they get a block? They do get a 1 block. God, he's hurling everybody. Picks up a tough 5. Pitch it to him again. They do. Get a block. Oh, but that one guy came flying across. This is big. They do not want to go through 3 and out. Can the line hold? It's a lot of people there, and slow-ass Tim's is dragged down by Fabio. 4th and 9, and they're forced to punt. Gets it off pretty quickly. Gets popped. At least they got slow-ass Anderson back there. Destroy this loser. Don't let her get to the 20. Well, she gets to the 22. Would have been nice to cough that ball up. All right, put a little bit of pressure. There she goes. Tiny Tim's takes her down. 2nd and 14. 2-back set. They try to pad the lead with a run. No, they're not conservative. They fire it right to Upton, their star player, who's already going to have a first and more. And she's been putting on some funky moves here. If she gets some divers, hurls somebody, and gets to the 30. They're not content just leading by 3. They want to go all the way. Looks like they're doing same play. She's wide open again, but this time didn't quite find that right zone. Kept running a little bit into it, went into the other guy's thing, and he was able to knock it out. Got a couple of choices. They drop it up to Milano, but she's engaged in a block and doesn't know what the fuck's going on. 3rd and 10. Big 3rd down here. Got somebody wide open. Hasselhoff, who's not so drunk that he can't catch it. Looks like he's going to score, and he does. Oh, that was so painful. 3rd and 10. You thought you had a real chance. And suddenly they're up by 2 scores. Dolly's shaking her hips and singing and twirling her microphone cord around her fingers, chewing gum and kicking ass. All right, bad kick to Samuel. Let's see if he can get around some people. They need those DBs to get blocked, to get picked up. So far, so good. Can he stay on the outside? Does at least get to the 46. Can't complain about that. Here comes Bronski, who's been working hard. Can't outrun that guy. A lot of running to gain 1 yard. All right, here comes Samuel. We need some blocks. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, go Samuel. Oh, yes. A called play. Look at that. He gets a first down on that called play. That's a rarity. Bronski again. Bronski and Samuel. Bronski and Samuel. He just decides to go for the more direct route to gain a yard. Now everybody's wide. Fucking Timms takes off. He's going to get destroyed. But he does at least pick up a couple. You got to be thinking, yeah, it's definitely through 4-down territory. So they got 2 tries. They're going to pass. I don't know if I like this. Got to find that. He's got a man deep. Is I going to catch him? Oh, and not only do they catch him, but Selma Hayek with the jumping grab on that play. You got to be impressed, although obviously I'm disappointed. You got to be impressed by the athleticism of that play. That was pretty badass. I mean, she raced from the backfield and then leaped up. That's pretty much all your training right there, all in one. Here comes the rabbit. Chop down. And now, just from a point spread point of view, we're just hoping they don't add to it. Logs fought pretty valiantly, made it interesting, took the lead in the 3rd quarter. Destroy. Ugh. Now they're just content to run. 1 minute left, 2nd and 5. Rabbit fights for the first and gets it, ensuring the Logs will not see the ball again. Picks up 3. Rabbit Milano, Rabbit Milano. I wonder how many rabbits Milano owns. And I'm not talking about the animals. There you go. All right, 4th and 7. Here's a little punt. Huge kick. Nobody's going to see this. Looks like there's going to be 2 seconds on the clock. One last runner pass. Can't feel super optimistic here. Looks like he's going with a waggle. Is Fabio going to get through? He's not. Going to have a guy, but he decides to take it himself, but Milk's bag is right there to trip him up. So look at the titties, only 31%. That's a little rough, but 298 yards, 292 yards. Tim's with an 83% completion rate, but 68 yards isn't going to cut it. Samuel was a workhorse, but no big breakaways, and that's going to be painful. Kate Upton with 247 yards. Look at that. All right, folks, the Tits remain solidly in first place.